I
It's
was curious.
on. It's on.
I was curious why it's that one still, but I do like that one because I think it's the number 3 or the number 2 has World of Color in it, so I'll allow it. Anyway, this is Tony here from LPHQ East, and Jeremiah coming at you live from I know, and most of our viewers probably know, but tell us anyway, Jeremiah.
I'm here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. We came here because yesterday was the last day of the Boneyard, so they put up a bunch of walls. Little did we know that we would get the information on the true countdown to extinction of Dinoland USA. Sorry, I beat you to that joke, Tony.
Well, no, you had that one pocketed probably
Yeah,
since before we started.
I
Okay.
did. February 1st will be your last chance to ride Dinosaur. So get out here in the next, I don't even know how many months that is. This summer is going forever. But yes, February 2nd, Dinoland will be extinct. So February 1st, your last chance to ride Dinosaur and eat at Restaurantosaurus.
You just channeled Phil Connors from Groundhog Day a little bit. I don't know when this summer is ever going to end.
I know it's September. It's September 2nd right now. I mean, I'm sure you felt it over the past few days. It has cooled down. I don't want to say dramatically, but it is nice outside. It's still warm, but not 100 degrees.
115 heat index.
Yeah. So yeah, we're focusing on Aladara's derriere right here, but
the Aladarier.
That was good.
I feel like we should sue somebody for it. Oh, speaking of sue,
did you really set that up yourself? That was. Yes, Dino Sue, the most complete T-Rex skeleton that was known to man in 1995. I don't know if they found one since, but.
And it's a replica of
the
most complete one.
Because Walt Disney World and the Chicago Field Museum.
Very good.
The Field Museum in Chicago had a bidding war on this, and the Field Museum won, but they worked out a deal with them and Walt Disney World. So when this Dinoland first opened, they had the Dinosaur Jubilee, 98, and I think 99. And they actually were excavating bones of Sue here in front of guests. I was lucky enough to see it on my first visit, and it was something really cool. It was very much like if you go to any of the Jurassic Park displays, they'll have the museums where they have the dinosaurs kind of sitting around and people working on bones. It was very much like that, but to actually see it here and then to actually see the replica. I still haven't seen the original, which I've never been in Chicago, but beyond Blues Brothers and Batman and all the things that were filmed there, all the Ferris Bueller and all of that, I want to go to the Field Museum and see Dino Sue.
I'm assuming these are emojis, but Kyle said magic, magic, magic. And then Fred says, greetings. Hello, Fred. Now, folks, we are live. If you have any comments, questions, things you want to see or do while at Disney's Animal Kingdom today with us, let us know in those comments. And we'll wave hello to that PhotoPass person that's watched by. Speaking of the Dinosaur Jubilee, it was pretty much right there on your right at one point.
Yeah. We will come back to this area. I'm going to walk around to the furthest point you can now get, because there are walls up. You no longer enter underneath the Olden Gate Bridge because, as I said earlier, the Boneyard closed yesterday. It was his last day. I can honestly say that I enjoyed the Boneyard. I have pictures of my first visits when I was helping them excavate, and then I got up and I had a ton of rocks in my shoes. But this is something. I walked over here, take the pictures, and they have a greenery wall, and then there are Imagineers like standing right there pulling stuff out of the dinosaur or the Boneyard.
From the sand pit area.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, where there used to be an exit, then they had to close it because families were getting separated because they didn't know there were two exits.
That's so you were speaking highly of the Boneyard as somebody who holds Camp Jurassic at Universal's Islands of Adventure very near and dear to my heart. I can never say that about the Boneyard, but we always had only one exit from the beginning, so nobody got lost up in there.
I am a little surprised they haven't put walls up around this area that used to have the American crocodile and the stuff on the other side. But
at first, I thought that's what you were showing us, and I was like, on in there but the angle, and then I realized what was happening.
Yeah, and again, this just closed yesterday, so this wall. Hang on, let me show you something. Can you see the white line on the ground?
Yep.
That looks like they put down a chalk line and just kind of went, okay, this is where the walls will go tomorrow. Oh yeah, it goes straight. Yep, that is definitely what that is. Donald Duck has moved over here. I don't know if him and Goopy are alternating, but I saw Donald move over here. Chippendale are still back up where they are as the Chipmunkosaurus is.
I don't know what he's referring to, but Kyle said, "Don't do it."
I'm a little sad you don't know what he's referring to.
I missed it somewhere along the line.
Remember how I was talking about the white lines?
Oh, got it.
There you go. Kyle, 10 points. So this wall, of course, has been up for, I feel like many, many moons. I know you put in the article, it was April when this area closed off. Was
Something like that. And at that point, it was still only the rolling planners.
Yeah.
But at that point, you could also still see remnants. Those are long gone. And
it's
giant. You can't see it from this angle, but when I was there a few days ago, you definitely could. And it was all dirt mounds. Like you could see towering over the wall.
Yeah, we'll see the dirt mountain when we come down here. Again, they just put this up overnight, but I can see things that have been removed from the Boneyard sign. Like I said, over there, it's for the dig site. They have pulling props out and everything. So yeah, this is going to feel very Epcot-y soon. Just a hall of walls.
Would you call it Epcot-y or California Adventure-y circa 2010?
I try to block that one out because that was a nightmare. At least Epcot wasn't. You have to enter in a full different area, or DCA, where we had to go in through the World of Disney gate, and it's almost like the soon-to-be Disney Adventure World in Paris, where you'd walk in and there'd be walls, and you went either left or right, and that was your only choices when you walked into the park.
Now you're continuing down Interstate 498 towards more DinoLand USA that our very own, speaking of Kyle, forgot was part of DinoLand USA. That is not closing, but will probably become something else. I would guess Asia.
I don't know. Or, just call it the theater in the wild with no land. Like, it doesn't have a specific color on the map. But yes, we're not going to go this way because you got to see the entrance area of this, and then we'll go up into Asia and not that kind of stuff.
So this is they're blocking it off basically, and making you come this way into Dinoland.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to walk all the way around. It was very entertaining. Like when I walked into the park, they handed me both the adult map and the kid map because they both changed with the closure of the Boneyard and everything. But the cast member, like specifically, it used to be you walked up and you got it. They are handing it to guests walking in. So you do not have an excuse of not having a map.
I mean, maps and signage were never really meant for this park anyway, depending on if you want to subscribe to that or not.
Giant dinosaurs.
So this is now the main thoroughfare for this section of the park.
Yeah.
And they still have all the tables and benches in there. That's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I know this isn't something we've said in I'd say a couple of years. We're in off season. Like it is. I walked onto Dinosaur. We were in the parks yesterday and it was empty. All the parks were empty. So, the Golden Gate Bridge. They still have the DinoLand USA sign up. The Eco Rhythmics are now performing right here, which is beautiful because it blocks not only the concept art, but the Tropical America sign too.
And more of that one main pathway.
Yes. The Trilobites is still open.
You say Trilobites?
Yes.
Okay.
Trilo, Trillo, tomato.
Now, if I wanted McDonald's, I can get that there, right?
Yes, absolutely. Just the fries, though.
Just the fries?
Yeah.
We were talking about Restaurantosaurus earlier, and I was like, I still call it McDonald's because that's basically what it was for a long time. And then I was told a story about how there's a generation that now thinks, I think they should put like McDonald's in the park, forgetting that actually was a thing once upon a time.
Yep. Yeah, and then it was nothing, and then it was Restaurantosaurus presented by Impossible for a while, and now it's just Restaurantosaurus with a
Turn around real
kitty
quick.
cup. I will walk forward a little bit and get it.
Okay.
Yes, I sent out a tweet about Restaurantosaurus is having refillable hard plastic kids cup.
So right now they have the exploration, excavation, and exaltation. I think they should take off the two on the sides and just leave excavation because that's all that's going on right now.
Well, no, all that's going on now is the time travel. So the exploration would be it. Because the excavation's gone with DinoLand.
I meant the land itself, but we'll take it. We were talking about Restaurantosaurus. I never ate at I have eaten there once or twice in the 20 years I've lived here. But that's because when I'm at Animal Kingdom, I normally go right there on your right to Flame Tree Barbecue.
Flame Tree is always my go-to, but one of the saviors, especially in the recent months, has been the refillable drinks at Restaurantosaurus.
That's fair.
So,
did would the chicken nuggets and generic food replacements from Restaurantosaurus be good there, or someplace else in the park?
They actually don't have chicken nuggets there. They have chicken strips. So the calling out the nuggies in that article that they did, kind of paused and went, that's not there.
I was going on what our senior editor said, and I believe the official term is chicken nuggies.
Yes.
So I borrowed it too. But those are being relocated from Restaurantosaurus along with other Restaurantosaurus fare and heading elsewhere in the park.
Which we're heading over that way.
They're going to, and we'll see it on our stream here, to across the park, literally to Harambe Marketplace. And I was like, there's got to be somewhere that's more like for the people who are used to them.
You mean like adding that to Pizza Fari, which would be a perfect fit?
That's what I said. That's exactly what I said. I said they should go to Pizza Fari. But I feel like that kitchen, if I remember right from the food show with Mark Summers that looked at it, is only equipped to make pizzas.
Yes. No, because they'll have like the meatball subs, which are pretty much just pre-cooked meatballs. They put them in there, they stick them in the pizza oven, and then there you go. Let's take a look at the river.
I have some corrections. It's all nuggies from Kyle Burbank. Also, quote unquote, nuggets came from the sick day boss.
Well, we should adjust that because they only have chicken strips at Restaurantosaurus. Kids are 2 strips, adults are 4 strips. The funny thing is the 4 strips with the fries is the same price as the 2 strips with fries, another side, and the absolutely cool kids cup.
What is the kids cup?
It's on our Twitter. It's in my bag. It's a hard plastic cup, where the water cups were about yay big, right? Yeah. And those is what they would give the kids. This one is actually probably about that size, if not a little bit bigger. It's not as big as the regular cups, but it's much larger than what were the kids' cups. And it comes with a plastic lid. So not the plastic we're thinking of that, kills the animals. It's the hard, reusable plastic.
I'm suddenly thinking of my Sci-Fi Dine-In sipper cup.
Not that cool.
I got to find it. I know it's around here somewhere.
I know exactly where mine is. And, well, I know where one of mine is, and the other one is in storage. I believe the one that I currently have is the Disney Hollywood Studios version, but I have the Disney MGM. That was my original one, and a frisbee.
That's the fun of moving, Jeremiah. Is
Yes.
all this stuff goes. You're like, yeah, I know I had it, but
Yeah.
where did it end up?
Yeah, you can tell it's a slow day if that bar is closed.
What one was that? Are we going towards Harambe now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we bypassed Asia because nobody likes to ride in Asia.
We could have seen Baby Back, so
No, because we can't make it into that trail with any signal for some reason. Also, I saw, and I don't know if this is on any of the updates, Cali River Rapids is closing early this year, so it can be reopened in time for February 2nd.
That is in our update. Yes. It's
Okay.
kind of towards the bottom of the page, but yeah, it's there. No, it's actually in the middle. The bottom talks more about tropical Americas.
There's nothing like riding Cali River Rapids in the middle of February.
The last time I rode Cali River Rapids was actually on New Year's Eve a long, long time ago.
Doobie had me ride it once while I was doing a live stream.
The only raft ride I personally enjoy is Grizzly River at California Adventure.
Well, it's because it has the country bear in there.
I remember when that was a rumor, for sure.
So we're coming up to Africa.
Also glad it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Now, give me the bears from Hong Kong and their Grizzly Gulch ride. I'm done.
Which I'm surprised. You know, it's very easy to lift an AA from, say, one park and duplicate it in, say, another park. Or maybe a different attraction.
One park to a different attraction in the same park. Coming soon, folks.
So here we go. Harambe Market. I can remember this place opened, and each of the different stalls had different food offerings, and it had some great stuff. And then when it came out of pandemic, it was you order in one place, you pick up in the other, and it was all just a kind of a basic. So now it's going to have sick nuggies and probably the burgers and everything.
Kyle points out, I remember the poop brownies.
Was he there? What, like, I feel like those were.
Go to the right. Turn back around.
Here less time than. Sorry, some of the dust or the pollen just flew into my mouth.
If you keep going back towards the fence line, this is where I would like to sit back here.
Back where it was a stage that wasn't a stage.
Oh, was it a stage?
They had it set up like the original plan, because I talked to them when they first built it. There was a stage back here that was just full of props and stuff that was supposed to be for the train. But they always said, oh, yeah, this could be a performance area. And then they gave up on that and just put in more benches.
I like it because I get to sit and watch the train go by.
Did you just do quotes around the train?
And train being a loose term, because it's not a real train.
So yes, this will be overrun with nuggies at some point. And I think we've hit our quota for saying that word. So we don't have to say it ever again.
I remember there being a controversy with a candy across the way. Unless I'm mixing that with the poop brownies.
I don't remember any candies. The only thing I remember over there was definitely the animal feces brownies. Not that, I don't know if that sounds any better than saying poop brownies over and over again. But I can remember when that happened, and I think by the time I made it over here the next day, they were gone.
Well, either way, if we keep saying poop brownies on the air, I get 15 cents each time, because that was the name of my ska band back in 1998.
Let's walk into Zuri Sweets and see if they've gotten any of the poop brownies in.
Yeah, 15 cents. Is this still overrun with some new Starbucks stuff? Huh? All right. New is probably a loose term. I
This is
doubt
one
it.
of my favorites. Is the gingerbread stuff or the shortbread from UK. Seems to be in every shop that has sweets. These were designed for UK to the point where Mickey is playing bagpipes
Yep.
on the advertising, but here, confectionery everywhere.
While we're in here, Fred had a question I overlooked. I'm sorry, Fred. What do you think was the biggest announcement of the weekend?
Being in the room, it was the castle repainting, according to the room itself. Like, Walt was, "Ooh, that's so cool!" But when they said the castle was getting repainted, the place went haywire. I know firsthand that the announcement of opening of Frozen in Paris, which is supposed to also signal the change of the name to Disney Adventure World. There were definitely people in Paris that didn't know that that announcement was happening. What was the one that got you the most hyped?
Most hyped.
Well, since Ashley kept saying hype friends to everybody, it's now like in my vocabulary very much so.
I'd have to look again. So in terms of park stuff, the castle was up there, but I can't get too excited because I'm like, you can't live off the reward of that crowd reaction when it's a problem that you yourself created years ago.
Yeah.
But I really liked finally getting to see what Conan O'Brien's character in Toy Story 5 will look like. But yeah, park news is probably the castle. But I laughed too because I was like, I wonder if one of the only reasons they're doing this is because the light gray is easier to project on than shades of pink.
That's what I've heard a lot, is the projection will be much crisper with this new color palette, or with this old color palette returning. Yeah, I grabbed, like, when I saw the concept, the first thing I thought of was the original Herb Ryman concept, and then I grabbed it and put them side by side. And I'm like, yep, they are almost exact.
Dragon Blood HD asks if there was any Disneyland news at D23. Not that I'm thinking of offhand.
No, because they're only the main announcement: the castle, Walt at Carousel, Paris got their announcement. I mean, if you look in the Disney Eats hour-long panel, that was, they announced popcorn buckets and the new tiki mugs and everything, pretty much for everywhere.
Yeah, but I was like, but the alien sipper I know has been out before. And I can't remember what other one, but there were one where like I saw other forums post it as like brand new sippers and popcorn mugs. Like, those have existed before. They might be coming back.
People have their memory of Dory when it comes to some of these things. You have to remember that. I feel like I could walk into Lion King and have an entire theater to myself.
I would do it. Let's go.
No. Yeah, that definitely would not be any fun with me listening to it, but you not hearing anything and just watching them do the dancing from Can't Buy Me Love. There's a deep cut, Kyle. Let's see if you get that one. Please enjoy our beautiful restroom. Clean.
But what if they're not?
It's Animal Kingdom. There's nobody here. I know last night I went to Hollywood Studios with friends. They did the DVC Moonlight Magic, where I got to meet Duffy in his sailor outfit. Didn't have the hat on, but just the jacket.
Almost like he could have been in a German pavilion or something for annual pass holders. So I heard somebody compare Cuscotopia to Moonlight Magic with Emperor's New Groove characters. Would you agree?
So I didn't make it to that, but yes. It literally was a Moonlight Magic or an After Hours, um, or an H2O glow type event. Um, Everybody that I know that was there had a great time. I'm a little sad I didn't make it, not for the Cusco or the Emperor's New Groove characters, but they brought out Mary Oceaneer for the first time, and they had some almost I'll call them beachmosphere characters uh, that they had created for that, and they were all having lots of fun. Like there's somebody who's helping people speak squirrel, and it looked like a really fun night. Although I don't know if anybody actually rode any of the slides.
Dragon Blood HD asks, "Are you going to SeaWorld San Diego for Howl of Scream?" Somebody from Laughing Place will probably be there. Jeremiah and I are both on the East Coast. I don't see either of us going out there for that, but we do have people on the West Coast, and one of them is probably going to be in attendance. So stay tuned to laughingplace.com.
I will definitely be going to Howl of Scream out here, but it won't be until later in the run because of friends that I have that work there. And as far as Bush and all that goes, that's up to our CEO on who's covering that, because I won't be in town for those days.
Howl of Scream's this weekend, isn't it?
It's the 5th, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe we won't be covering Busch Gardens for the first time, which I love Busch Gardens Howl of Scream. SeaWorld, it's their 5th year. I've gone, I think, 3 of the 5. And I know that you've gone. Have you gone all 5, or?
I've gone to. I know I've covered 3 of them for us. So those are the only 3 I've gone to, actually. But yeah. This year's supposed to be different because there's new characters and stuff like that. But you saw the fashion show, which is currently on our YouTube channel. Feel free to check that out.
Yes, please go check that out. That was something. Have you gone to Halloween Horror Nights out here yet?
Not yet. I will be going Friday night.
Somebody, and by somebody I mean Luke, was asking me to rank and do everything with the houses. I honestly don't know if I'm just numb to it or I was exhausted. I'd probably lead more towards the exhausted. I was having a hard time remembering any of the houses, but when somebody would give me a title, I'd be like, okay, that one was really good. Even though I've never seen the films, Terrifier House was lots of fun for me. And no, you don't get that.
I honestly have been paying attention for like announcements and everything all year, but nothing has said. Like normally, I'm first to buy a frequent fear pass. Like I'm jumping, but this year I'm just kind of like to the whole thing. And the same thing as you. Like, am I just over it and exhausted with it, or is there just something that's really not enticing me to go? I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the baby doll house was really entertaining, but that was also one of the last houses that I went in. So I don't know if that's because it was the freshest in my brain or if it was something, but it was pretty cool. Something that, sorry guys, we're doing a Halloween Horror Nights talk. The Nightmare Fuel, the Nightmare Fuel show, which I saw the first year after Bill and Ted, and very much the "How dare you stand where they stood" was in my mind. And I'm not saying it's a bad show. It's great dancing, some fun illusions, acrobatics, that kind of stuff. But I never had a real urge. And then last year, for the media night, they're like, okay, so the story changed this year because the first 3 years were all part of the first part of the story. And now we move into the second part of the story, which I don't believe there was. This isn't George Lucas and the trilogies, but so this year I was like, I'm kind of okay seeing it. And my friend was our guide, and it also happens that I have a messed up leg right now, so I sat front row, which I have most of my eyebrows still with the fire pots.
Cool.
But it's an entertaining show if you like loud music, spicy dancing, and some cool illusions.
Spicy dancing. Do you want to know how we're old, Jeremiah?
Oh, go for it.
So I was like scrolling through feeds and comments and stuff like that, and something about Nightmare Fuel came out, and then somebody brought up Bill and Ted, and it was very much a younger generation of Horror Nights goers goes, I can't believe they even let that go on as long as it did. That was awful compared to Nightmare Fuel. Blah 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 blah. blah.
Yeah,
I
that's
was like,
because you
"Get out of
never
here.
saw it.
You don't even know."
Yeah. No, and I was saying to a couple of people that were in the tour with me, I'm like, the best thing they could do is it'll always be bring Bill and Ted back, because that was my reason for going multiple times during the season, because that show always changed and evolved and was just hilarious. Yeah, some of it was cheesy, but still good. If like next year they start up Nightmare Fuel, and right as it kicks off, the phone booth just pops up and Bill and Ted pop out and like, oh, this is what happened, and then takes it over. But we all know that won't happen. Everybody say hi to the Flocka.
Who will apparently riot. Kyle has a question. Bill and Ted or The Hanging?
So, The Hanging, before it became Bill and Ted.
Oh, okay.
Because it used to not be all dance. It used to be stunts and blood, and they had Jason and Freddie and everybody pop up until lawsuits were threatened. And then they brought out scissor blade hand guy and pancake makeup face guy. That was literally, they had the next show planned when lawsuits were starting to be threatened of using the characters. So they just changed them out with scissor blade finger guy and those. So it was,
Did they
it was
pancake makeup guy a Leonard Nimoy mask?
No.
Oh, okay.
It was literally like almost like a moon, like what's his name's moon face in Journey into Imagination. It was that silly.
I was also picturing Mac Tonight from McDonald's. So
no, but The Hanging back then, and even when I come out to Florida and see Bill and Ted, you know, Bill and Ted was always more about the dancing and the songs, which was always great. Like they put so much effort into it. But then when The Hanging started trying to be Bill and Ted, I think Bill and Ted were still the winners. And then the latest versions of The Hanging, I don't know if you've seen the past 2 years. I went the first year it came back, and it was kind of like Tony telling a lot of dad jokes.
I saw a clip. I don't know. I know it was definitely in the past few years, where they're like, "It's the wonderful world of water," and there's a bunch of lights and a little garden sprinkler, and it made me laugh. Oh my gosh! And Kyle just prefaced that Tony just likes the wonderful world of water.
It's water. Well, no, that one originally started when it used to be still in Calico before it shut down, because they set up sprinklers, and you know they always did a great job of ripping on Disney. My favorite has to be Light Magic Year, where they had a parade route going down, and they had characters just coming out on these dead looking tree floats, and the hangman goes, "Please, I'll give him back my light bulb. Just bring back the electric parade."
That's funny. I also remember a joke. I think it was from the year I covered it for us, because I didn't see all of it, because it was between that or Pup It Up, and Jim Henson had the higher priority. And it was, oh my gosh, we're in a ghost town, and like a real ghost town, not just Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Speaking of a ghost town, and now that we've come full circle,
we didn't go to Asia.
Yeah.
Let us go back real quick and see the Dinoland entrance again, because that's kind of what the stream was before it became let's reflect on the past
Horror Nights have passed. Yeah.
I'd like to thank Dragon Blood HD and a bit of Kyle for prompting said discussion in the comments.
Yes.
Did you get your magnet yet?
Yes, I got it the other day, and I walked right in, as opposed to the people the first day that were waiting like 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. So, and I also just realized there's a wall up now by Tough to Be a Bug / Zootopia.
Better Zoogether.
Better Zoogether, which me and our own Mike Celestino have talked at length about how we can't say Better Zoogether without thinking of Better Together, the Pixar Pals Parade at Disney California Adventure, which I also think just ended recently.
Every time I say Better Zoogether, I have like a gagging reflex. And I said that I said this to my friends that are Imagineers, like, there have been some hits and misses for names, but that one is a little too much. Yes, that was the old entrance area, and they had a small wall, and the walls kind of expanded out a little bit.
You know what I should have had you do now that I think about it? I should have. This is a Dinoland stream. That's why I wasn't forefront on my brain. But now in my head, are the Tree of Life trails blocked at all?
No, they are all open.
Okay, cool. Yeah. It's my favorite part of Animal Kingdom are those little trails, probably.
Well, the back, you can walk down to where it used to be tortoises, but they moved the tortoises, so I'm not sure what's down that way anymore. But you can't go past the exit of the Tree of Life Theater.
Got it. I'm giving a round of applause to this one. This might be my favorite comment of the stream so far. If anybody wants to top it, there's still a bit of time. But Kyle said, should be better not to Zoogether.
Oh, Kyle. -5 points.
Not a zoo. Not a zoo.
See, and I can remember coming out here and just happening to be here for the AP preview of the games and stuff, which was hilarious because most of Dinoland had been open, but we got to try out Primeval World, Triceratops Fin, and the games. And now here we are.
For the games?
I'm sorry?
I said, did they make you pay for the games during the preview?
Yes.
Now, the other thing about those games is they came up with the best prizes for those games 2 years before they closed them down.
Yep.
But yeah, so now thanks for those who've joined us in the middle of the stream and heard a lot about Halloween events at other parks. But now we're talking about what we're here for. We saw it earlier, but we'll show you again. The closure of Dinoland USA's Boneyard area, which now means the main entrance into Dinoland USA under the Golden Gate Bridge, has been shut down. And if Jeremiah can pan left, we are now directed around it towards the Theater in the Wild and then back towards Dinosaur if you want to go on that attraction.
Do we already have the Walls story up article?
If not, it will be soon.
Okay, because I'll get a picture of this when we get off, since the eco rhythmics are not blocking it.
Oh, I just realized that. Yeah, they moved them to the left.
No, their shows are done for the day. They only do, this part.
Oh, so their cartridge is getting slowly taken away because I see part of it still there. That's why.
Yeah,
I asked. All right, well, stay tuned to Laughing Place YouTube later on today at 4:00, 7 Eastern. We will have Barely Necessities, the live Disney merchandise show. And then later tonight, Disney Trivia Live. Are we going to hear from more of you at all this week in the parks, Jeremiah?
Not that I know of. I fly out on Friday, so
but
I know that
change.
Oh, absolutely. So, this wasn't planned until 2 days ago.
Like, subscribe, ring that bell, get notified whenever we go live from the parks like this. From Orlando, Florida, and well, that's Osceola County, technically.
Yeah.
But Disney's Animal Kingdom. So long, everybody.
Have a good one.
Oh, they didn't do this for me.